Good afternoon. This is Rod. I'm just going to do a little quick preview of a homebrew basketball game called Jim Mickey's Fast Break Basketball, but it was done by Will Massie. Back in 2005, on this Delphi forums page, Massie posted a little description of his game, which is basically a program that replicates cards created by Jim Mickey's Fast Break in 1974 through 1986, plus some cards that are formulated with his new program, which is a little bit different than the Fast Break cards physically, but the game plays a lot like Fast Break. So this page pretty much says it's a comprehensive and text-based graphical basketball game for the computer. The computer, it's colorful. It's not really a ton of graphics, but there is some graphical elements and colorful elements in the game. And it's based on the game from the 1970s and early 80s, it says. Considered the best representation of basketball game on a tabletop simulation, brought back to life with the speed and power of the computer. Obviously, Fast Break was at the end of its reign around 1987, so this is roughly 2005. Oh yeah, 10/24/2005 at 5:17 a.m. He got up early and put this little spiel together. Exhibition or league play. I'm just going to summarize. Create unlimited numbers of teams and leagues with up to 32 teams. I created about 22, 23 what I call original franchise all-star teams, because the player base had about 1,600 players. You get like a 1961 Wilt or a 62 Russell, a 65 Sam Jones. He just randomly created a bunch of players. Not any particular rosters you can play with. You just have to create your own, and it's easy to create teams, delete teams, and play some seasons. We'll get into that in a second. What else does it talk about? Semi-auto and full manual mode. So you can like click to roll the dice manually, or you can let the game just play on its own. And there's actually, I believe, a couple paces you can watch it play slowly or quickly, so you can kind of follow along with the player determination cards that are on the screen. So you can play a full game in just minutes if you put it on the fastest speed, or you can take as much time as you want and click for every play. So that's kind of cool. There's expandable box scores. I believe it keeps track of your team's total stats. I haven't played it in so long. I'll have to take a look at that as we go along. And you can tell there's a couple strategies right at the bottom. Is customizable gameplay, set the starting lineups, make all lineup decisions, matchups, tempo, run and gun 70s to slow down Pat Riley at Thug Ball in the 90s. So he's obviously quite knowledgeable about the game. The program, it works, it's available. If you go to tabletopsports.com, pretty popular download site for nerdy video game, tabletop and PC gamers. You go to downloads over here, and then you look very carefully to the category over here. Am I still on my screen? Yes, I am. Okay. View all. You go. There's baseball, basketball. You get Fast Break basketball over here. Mickey's Fast Break. And you got a very few files here, but one says Fast Break basketball Microsoft Access computer game. And one of our Facebook tabletop basketball group members, Kevin Hennessy, he's from Minnesota, uploaded this one file right here. If you upload this file here, you put that on your desktop or wherever in a folder, you'll be able to even play this game. The caveat is you need to have a functioning Microsoft Office, as recent or as old as you like. And within Microsoft Office, whether it's 365 or you buy the subscription. This is me. I might be on a trial here. This is a laptop I haven't utilized in a while. It needs Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is the program that runs this file, and I will show you that file in a second here. There's the game itself. Fast Break. Okay, let me show you this really quickly. I got a Fast Break PC game right here. So there's a file. I think the one you get is NBA 25, NBA 64. Game 4 is the file that you download. There's also this little crowd cheer file, which is not included over there, and it doesn't play much of a role in the game, but it does open up the program with a nice little cheer, and I will demonstrate that in 1 second. Let me put that down. I'm going to exit this right here so I can show you what we're up to. So anyway, like I said, Fast Break PC game. Whoops. Oh, there's another one. Okay. So I believe this is the one I've been saving my teams and everything on. But if you truly want to hear have the crowd cheer file, I could probably, load that up to the site or catch you on, if you go to Tabletop Basketball Board Games on Facebook, I can send one your way via Messenger or something of that nature. You should probably want to join that group. And so here's the start of the game. Let's see. Threat. Oh, okay, whatever. So you hear this little rally music. And actually, I loaded a different one than my actual original franchise All Stars there. I'm gonna back right out of there. I think it's the other one. Is it the Massie? Maybe it's the Massie Fast Break. Maybe that's the one that's mine. Let's check it out. There you go. You see the difference. You get a little help and instruction thing that pops out in addition to, talks about all of the things. Original player cards, computerized. Massie went into great detail on this. They even got basket if PR. It's something about your production rating. So if you score, you can, in some cases, you'll only make a basket if his production rating. Program generates a random number between 1 and 100 and compares that number to a teammate's PR who's not the shooter. If the production rating is greater than or equal to the number generated. Okay, so that would be a basket. I don't know. It's funny. He's got his own little system of refining the game. Let's just say that. And so there's definitely some little intricacies that you don't really see behind the scenes because it's a PC game, but it works out pretty darn well. The rules are just the descriptions and rules and his way of doing it. There's ways to. I will show you. I'm gonna close this down, and this is the court. And what's cool about it is you can. Let me zoom in a little bit. On this left side, you can pick what kind of game you want. League game will kind of keep track of stuff in the standings and keep some stats, I believe. The players, you can, under the build category, there's a players where you can see how these players are designed. They have the fast break, free throw column, the run and gun column, the 3-point column, the typical pattern play column, and a defensive card. If he plays 2 positions, he fills that information there. That was AC Green right there, 1990. Fast Break did not have a game in 1990, so this is quite fascinating to me that he created some players are well out. So you can get like 4 different AC Greens. Here's the player pool. Here's some Adrian Dantleys. Who wants to know about let's just like go to a legendary player. Well, there's Artis Gilmore, plenty of those. he's always got the most fascinating cards because he shoots a very high percentage. Look at this season of 81. In this, it's I don't think it's even similar to the fast break issue, but he's got baskets on 5, 6, draws a foul on 7 in the pattern play column here. Basket on 8, foul on 9. I mean, that's virtually unstoppable. I think this is the year he hit 670 from the floor. The Bulls went to the playoffs and were pretty competitive. I think the Celtics might have knocked them out, as they always did in the 80s. But so anyway, there's just a whole load of players. I mean, you can play, you can create your own teams. You could say, Barry Maddox, creator. They got some creator players. I did not ever know that. But yeah, there's a Billy Cunningham, and of course you're always looking for like a Wilt Chamberlain or something. Let's go down to the whoops. Let's see if I can get down to the bottom. I think I can just search it out. I could probably type in Wilt if I wanted to. But there's Nate Thurmond, Orlando Woolridge, even guys like Neil Walk, who's pretty average NBA player. So you can create your own teams. What I've done is this is like, for instance, Portland Trail Blazers original franchise All-Stars. Golden State Warriors original franchise All-Stars. Here you can see I've created my own lineup. Barry, Hard. Oh, this game is pretty much over. So my Blazers just blew them out. They used, and let's take a look at the box score if I still have. Let's see, statistics, game events, game stats. It's a very nice rundown of all the stats, highly detailed, just like every stat that Fast Break has, plus more, including defensive stops category over here. Like you can see, Walton stopped guys 13 times, which that's probably typical. Wilt Chamberlain on the other team did the unthinkable. He actually fouled out of this game. I'm sure I could have played safe, but with All-Stars, I generally don't. But Wilt did not last more than 31 minutes. And despite the fact he played 1,250 regular season playoff All-Star games and never fouled out, Wilt seems to foul out in simulations in almost all games once in a while. But in this particular game, the Blazers just ran him over. But you can see each player's got their designated year. I created, I just used stuff that was the best available. There are, let me see if I exit this. Can't remember if I got rosters. Here's the teams. Whoops, no, that's not what I wanted. We got league standings, league stats, game options. You can build, I thought it was build teams. Maybe it's leagues. Do I have a league? No, I did not ever create a league, but you can create leagues. You got, I could create team. I thought I had my teams in here. But anyway, I created all of those teams and just saved them. So let's see if we wanted to start our own new game. How would we do that? Play an exhibition game. Let's do that. And then you select 2 teams, and you can see what I've created over time. Each lineup technically has about 15 players, but you have to like reserve 3 as like injured reserve. And you can change that out anytime. You can see what I'm talking about. See the 3 red marks over here for the 70s All-Stars. You can only play 12 at a time. So kind of a neat little rule, but you can interchange them. You go into the team, you hit yes or no to the players. Let's look at the Rockets original franchise All-Stars. I put Lewis Lloyd, Roddy McRae, and Sleepy Floyd. They weren't in their best years, but they were kind of the best players I could find in the pool of players. So you can do that. And who doesn't like the New York Knicks original franchise All-Stars? So if we have that for one team, let's see if I can find them. Let's see what we can do with the Lakers original franchise All-Stars there. So there's 2 teams. The projected starting lineups have Magic, West, Kobe, Elge, and Kareem. The Knicks, Frazier, threw in Allen Houston. Can't remember why I did that, but maybe Earl wasn't very good in '74. Bernard King. I'd say he's probably slightly better than Bill Bradley, although Bradley made the Hall of Fame. DeBusschere, classic. And there's always that argument, who's better, Willis Reed or Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing had a couple spectacular years. It's probably just as good an outside shooter as Willis. So let's play this game. I'm going to hit the play button up here. It's as simple as that, and suddenly press play to start the game. So you go over here, there's play. You can say stop every 6 minutes, continuous play, and it will just play right on through. Stop every 2 minutes. Let's stop every 4 minutes. Let's play the game. Let's see what it does. I think I've got it on a pace where you can actually, I wish I could remember how to slow it down, but it's not on auto. Let's just play it out, see what happens here. And the jump will be the first thing, just like in fast break. It'll be Kareem versus Patrick Ewing. Classic matchup. And so you can see their cards. Regular shot. That's their kind of their P column, I think. Pattern play. But you see the ball movement. The Knicks obviously get the ball, and then there's a running scroll of the game. Advanced by Lakers. Offensive, Kareem controls. They're ready for the jump ball. Jump controlled by Kareem. And here we go. DeBusschere gets the ball, strong forward, P column, and his P column comes up. So it's really automated and ready to go. So this is going to move much faster than I can speak. I think I can slow the pace down a little bit if I want to, but I could stop it at any point. For instance, right here, I'll just hit stop. We're 11:24 into the game, and the Lakers scored. You can check what happened. Passed by DeBusschere. That let's see. Okay, let me see if I get down here. Oh, but won't go down. Okay, there we go. Basket by Magic, assisted by Kareem, has been our basket. That was a 1976 Kareem pass from the 1988 Magic. So you can integrate the players. So I'm going to look under game options here. Dice roll seconds. See, you can make it really 0.75 per dice roll. You can really move it much faster or slower. Time between events, so you can really adjust how fast you want to read this. You can make it much slower than what I just did there. Well, let's just play a couple minutes and just see what happens here. See who gets off to a great start. But there's your automatic dice roll there. You can make it so you click and roll every single time or whatever you'd like to do. But as you can tell, I've got it kind of on a natural pace where this game might take a half an hour to play. Because I'm doing I've got it on a slow pace, and I'm just letting the computer do all the work every 4 minutes. There's Patrick Ewing's defense with a steal, center defender's card. So, and of course, what does that end up? A fast break card, rated B. Allen Houston on the fast break, 3-9. He gets an 8, and that's a basket. So you can see very quickly how it works. They do their own version of alternate triggerman. They got their own. That's usually on a couple of sheets you look at when you're playing a regular game of fast break on the tabletop. But he has his own little range. I think he puts a range of who should be the triggerman at any time. So, but it goes really very smoothly, very quickly. Like I said, you need not only the game file, you need a copy of Microsoft Office's Access program, and I think this is the newest one. I don't even know if I've got it for like a year or if I got it permanently or not, but it works just great. It's pretty much brand new, and the game is 15 years old, so it looks like it's pretty compatible. As you can tell, there's not, besides that opening sequence where they have the crowd wave and cheer and the little announcer for about 5 or 8 seconds, there is no sound. So it's kind of like you're just watching and seeing what happens, and you're just testing these teams. A good game to see who would have beaten who in many instances, although there are no significant rosters. And as you can tell, the game is at the 9:48 mark. Lakers and Knicks are tied at 4. And if you need to stop for a second, well, let's let this one run till the 8-minute mark because I've got it stopping every 4 minutes. Shows who has the ball. It was Allen Houston, but of course, defensive card of Jerry West on that play. It's by Elgin Baylor of 61. That's probably a very high-scoring, streak-shooting Baylor. And then there's Jerry West. On his defensive card, looks like he gave a basket to Houston there. Kareem with a regular shot, assisted by Magic. 6-6, 8:36 in the first quarter still. But it really runs fairly smooth, and the cards are very similar to the original fast break. Although that's kind of an oddball right there. Defensive sent on 3 and 4 versus just 8 like they do in the regular fast break game. But generally the same. A few more re-rolls and things. The precision in this is quite amazing. Let's see, there's the game stop every 4 minutes right there. We can either do, we can go to the subs. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go substitutions. And see, to do a sub, you just kind of go, oh, there's Kareem. I'm going to pull him out. Who is my center? Let's make it, boy, in this particular case, it looks like Bob McAdoo. Players don't, oh, he was a reserve player. Whoops, where's the backup center on this Lakers team? Oh, Shaq. A little bit bigger. I want to get rid of strong forward to Busher. Whoops. I want to remove to Busher, sorry. And I want to go with like Oak Tree or something. Let's go with McAdoo at strong forward. McAdoo's on both sides. Oh, he's a reserve on that team as well? Oh my, I did not know that. Is Oakley available? Okay, Oakley's available. He had a little longer career in New York. I think that's why I kept him there. But I can go to the roster and I can change that pregame and get McAdoo to play in either of these games. So we're back on the floor. We got Ewing, Oakley now, Shaq's in, and you just continue on like this. I'm going to hit stop and just see what the in-game stats look like for a second after that's done. Let's look at some stats. And there it is. You can already tell that Ewing has made a couple defensive stops in addition to Busher. They're great defenders. Just some weird stats that don't typically run. But overall, it's a pretty fun game. You can create your own teams. You can create your own players, but that will be an extensive thing. And there's no true formula included with the game. But I just thought I'd show you a little bit of Will Massie, his version of fast break basketball. Everyone have a good afternoon.